You know, I've been practicing all season for this. I've been preparing all season for this. And I got the opportunity tonight, and I was able to come in clutch for us.
Could Peyton Watson become the best shot blocker in Nuggets history? When the Denver Nuggets lost key players Bruce Brown and Jeff Green in free agency last offseason, it left a big gap in their roster. General manager Calvin Booth decided to fill this gap with young players. One of these players is Christian Braun and the other one is Peyton Watson. Peyton Watson is 6'8" with a 7-foot wingspan and was drafted with 30th pick in 2022 just like Christian Braun. Unlike Braun, Watson was less proven when this season started. He played an average of 8.1 minutes only in 23 games during his rookie year. Most of his time was spent in the developmental G League, with brief appearances for the Nuggets mostly towards the end of the season. However, the Nuggets were very excited about Watson's potential from the start. They picked him using a draft pick obtained by trading JaMychal Green and a 2027 protected first-round pick to the Oklahoma City Thunder. The team sees a bright future for Watson. Peyton loves to play defense, Booth said after the draft. This statement might have seemed too optimistic at first, but the Nuggets have shown a lot of trust in Watson this season. They promised to increase his role, and now he's a regular part of their bench. Watson has taken his chances seriously. He has improved to 6.9 points, 3 rebounds and 1 assist per game with a .470 shooting percentage, according to Basketball Reference. As expected, his biggest impact has been on defense. Watson's defensive skills really stand out in his shot blocking. He averages a team high of 1 blocks per game, earning him nicknames like P-SWAT or Swatson. His ability to protect the rim has brought a new strength to Denver's defense, which had been missing in recent years. His energetic and exciting blocks can fire up the home crowd and change the momentum of games. Watson plays fearlessly. Even though he comes off the bench, he often plays with Denver's star players Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray. This gives him many chances to defend against top NBA players. He faces big names like LeBron James, Luka Doncic, Zion Williamson and Domantas Sabonis without any fear or hesitation. After Denver's big win over the Washington Wizards on February 22, where both Watson and Zeke Naji each had 4 blocks, Coach Malone talked about the importance of shot blocking. Watson's blocks often lead to fast break points, sometimes even by Watson himself after he takes the ball coast to coast. One of his standout moves is blocking the ball off the backboard and into the hands of his teammates, which earns him points for both style and effectiveness. Even though Watson is usually facing the backboard when blocking shots from behind, he seems to know where his teammates are. He has a talent for deflecting the ball off the glass to his teammates. While some of this might be luck, it often looks intentional. Another important part of Watson's shot blocking is his ability to block shots away from the rim. As a wing player, he often guards other wings or guards and can block mid-range and 3-point shots effectively. Whether he is quickly closing out on shooting or closely defending them, Watson uses his long wingspan and athletic ability to deflect shots, even when he doesn't control the ball after blocking it, and it goes back to the opponents or out of bounds. It still has a big impact. These blocks can change the game's momentum, demoralize opponents and excite the fans at Ball Arena. Since this is only Watson's second NBA season and his first with a full rotation role, it's too early to call him the best wing shot blocker in Nuggets history. He needs to build a more complete career and show he can keep blocking shots at this level for several years. However, there are promising early signs that he could become exactly that, and the numbers support it. Based on his current season stats, a search at StatHead shows that only 12 players in Nuggets history have had 1 or more seasons meeting or exceeding these criteria. Peyton Watson is the only player on that list who is not a center or a power forward. This sets him apart from well-known players like Dikembe Mutombo, Marcus Camby and Chris Birdman Anderson, who most people would expect to be on this list. Moreover, Watson is one of only 4 Nuggets players to achieve this level of shot blocking in the last 20 seasons, and he's the first to do so in 6 years. The others who have reached this mark include Mason Plumlee, Yusuf Nurkic and JaVale McGee. Given his young age and limited experience, it seems likely that he will continue to develop and emerge as Denver's best wing shot blocker ever. Peyton Watson may not be widely known yet, but at just 21 years old, he's already showing why he has the potential to be one of the best defenders in the NBA. When you're capable of jumping over a 7-foot-tall Nikola Jokic to block a shot, your defense grabs attention. The Denver Nuggets know this well. After winning last year's championship, the biggest concern was losing Bruce Brown, a key player. In his last 6 games, he's blocked 17 shots, ranking 3rd in the NBA during that time, just behind Chris Porzingis and Victor Wanyama. This is even more impressive when you realize he's only playing 23 minutes a game and is 6'8" compared to 6'7" and 6'4" for the others. You could classify him as a 7-footer based on how well he protects the rim. But what makes him unique is his ability to do that and also make plays on the perimeter. Even though he had a turnover, Watson managed to come back for a highlight reel dunk in the open transition. But that explosive defensive ability also shows up on offense. What makes Peyton Watson truly special is not just his defense. He might only be averaging 6 points a game, but the way he moves on offense is impressive, especially considering his athletic abilities. When we talk about his smoothness, just look at the pump faking Jay Crowder at the 3-point line. It only takes a couple of dribbles for him to get into the paint and finish over everyone's favorite annoyance Pat Bev. These impressive skills you see when he dribbles to his spot or shoots mid-range jumpers also show in his playmaking. Look at him getting the handoff from Yick here. He stops at the 3-point line, takes a few steps, and as soon as Collins moves to stop his layup, Piot manages to slide the ball past Collins to Yick. What's impressive about him making plays off the bounce is that he can still be a threat on the floor, even if he's not shooting well or doesn't have the ball. It's all because of his athleticism and length. And we can't help but mention his rookie season when he blocked Stephen Curry not once, not twice, but 3 times. That's what you call defensive versatility. But it wouldn't be fair to only talk about his shot blocking ability because at 6'8" with his smoothness, he's someone who can hold his own against some of the NBA's best players. Like in this matchup against Kevin Durant, even after Durant gets closer to the basket, Peyton Watson hangs with him and contents his shot effectively, which really affected Durant's jumper. Look at his perfect defense against LeBron James. He does a great job navigating around the screen and controls his jump, forcing LeBron into an air ball. It's these little details that he seems to understand well as a young player. Of course, in addition to this, he makes so many absurd plays as a shot blocker. It's especially scary to think about when you consider his potential in the Denver Nuggets defensive system. As many of us know defensively, the Nuggets like to bring help to the level of the screen in pick and roll situations. In this defensive system, it's the responsibility of the player behind Jokic to rotate over and either block the roller or force a pass to the corner. Then Denver scrambles to contest the shot. This is why the size of Michael Porter Jr. and Aaron Gordon is so important. However, those two players aren't nearly as good at protecting the rim as Peyton Watson already is. Imagine having someone who blocks shots at the rate of an elite center just casually waiting at the rim. And he also has the ability to rotate out and contest shooters in the corner if needed. Peyton Watson has pretty much everything you'd want in a modern-day defensive player. This just makes the Nuggets even scarier for the next 5 to 10 years. Do you think he will become the next big deal in the NBA world? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Also, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Until next time, see you all.